water park, a mile-long beach, and more. One day just isn't enough to experience everything Cedar Point has to offer. You can buy season passes today. That's unlimited visits to Cedar Point and Cedar Point Shores, so be there whenever you want. cedarpoint.com for everything. Info, tickets, all of it. You get my last pair for the park this week. Good luck. Caller 10. Have fun. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
The radio program determined to shave Cleveland's ass.
No, save Cleveland's ass.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense. The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS.
Cleveland.
We don't even have to wait another hour for the Bill Squire Friday Get Down.
I'll do it right now. I don't care.
No, it's that delayed gratification that we're so known for on this show. We're very, very big on delayed gratification. I've heard that people will,
for a long time.
Yes, people will listen an entire show waiting to laugh, and we're edging them the whole time, the entire time.
Gooning.
Guardians play tonight, 2nd of 4 in Kansas City against the Royals. They lost last night. It was 2-1, but we'll see what happens. Tonight at 8:10, that is your first pitch. You can hear it on the Buzzard. You can hear it on the iHeartRadio app if you want to. 7:40 is when all the pregame coverage will begin. White Sox are in town next weekend. The Giants are here. So it's a good week of baseball in Cleveland, Ohio, on your FM home. We're out all next week. I'll be out in Portage Lakes tomorrow while Bill's out on Middle Bass Island. I'll be in Portage Lakes. We're doing the finals with Kona Brewing for that trip to Hawaii. If you haven't been able to qualify yet, we will save some space for people to do that last minute. And then we'll get all of our other qualifiers because we've already got 40 qualifiers. And usually when you're working with a group that big, not everybody shows up. So we're going to need alternates. So one person at the end of my appearance tomorrow will be going to Hawaii on MMS and Kona Brewing. So 2 to 4 tomorrow afternoon, I'll be at the upper deck. And come out and say hi. It'll be fun. Let me get you this, and then I'll move on from it, but I'm still kind of a sucker for these.
Give him that hawk too.
That's a good one.
You gotta give him that hawk too.
Boy, that girl's been laying low. It's no joke. I think she's probably terrified by the whole thing. She seems nice enough. You know, because did you watch more of, not just her, did you watch more of the video?
Not really.
Okay. Because the rest of it is a lot of girls on the street giving graphic descriptions of the stuff, she's like, I'll sit on it and spin and, that whole thing. She was just, that answer was in her bones. She had it at the ready. Because she didn't understand what he said at first, so he repeats the question, and right there.
Boom.
And then wants to go on with her night. Like she's flagging down friends across the street, right? Stops off, knows what's up. I haven't seen any, for as quickly and easily as people are unmasked now on social media, her information wasn't all that readily available. I mean, people really had to dig a little bit, and then they determined, she lives in Somewheresville, Tennessee. I don't even know if it's suburban Nashville. That's where they got her, was in Nashville, but I don't know if she's out in Gatlinburg or what it is. But she's really been hunkering down at her family's house. And you don't have to come outside. You can set up all your merch. You can do all that online. You can enjoy your life remotely for a minute. But they are, she's trademarking a whole lot of things. Because you can't let other people get your IP.
Right.
You got to own that stuff. So all the Hawk Tua trade.
Yeah, I hope she makes a ton of money off it.
Yeah. So she's I mean, listen, you got to strike while the iron's hot. So she's trademarking Hawk Tua on a whole lot of things, but other people are too. The number of trademarks for the phrase Hawk Tua has hit double digits, with multiple businesses looking to slap that phrase on just about everything they possibly can. She's got her own line of merch, obviously. But there are companies who want to put it on lubricants and chewing tobacco and hair and body products. And, I'm sure there's gas station boner pills that want to be called Hawk Tua.
Mhm.
Someone's, of course, trying to make Hawk Tua hot sauce. Haley Welch is the girl. And they're hoping that some of those are in her name.
On your roster.
There's only one I want. I love you, Pookie, forever.
How do you get over a breakup?
The only way to get over one is get under another.
Only way. So, yeah, God bless her. She's doing her thing. Another small town is Lebanon, Missouri. I don't know that we have a bureau chief there. Smack dab in the middle of the show me state. Small town, about 14,000 people there in Lebanon, Missouri. Missouri. It's about 40 minutes south of Lake of the Ozarks. And there's a lady there who's in big trouble.
Uh-oh.
She spiked her husband's Mountain Dew with Roundup. The Roundup never had a chance, by the way. I guarantee you that.
You think the Mountain Dew destroyed the Roundup poison?
Yes. Yes. He never tasted the Roundup. He didn't even know it was in there. It's overpowered.
How poisonous is Roundup?
Probably not as poisonous as Mountain Dew.
I imagine this was in an attempt
It's
to
bad
poison
news.
him and kill him.
Yeah,
right?
bad news, yes. I mean, there's people, class action lawsuits over cancer diagnoses from Roundup, right? Just inhaling it. But this lady, mad at her husband or something. Everybody was sending me this story because I
Mountain Dew.
see a Mountain Dew aficionado, yeah.
Wife brewed up a toxic mix for her husband. Now Michelle Peters is facing charges tonight. Francis Watson explains why detectives believe this happened and what's next in this case. Francis.
Yeah, Paul, authorities haven't laid out a motive for the crime yet, but according to court documents, the victim believes it may have something to do with a life insurance policy.
Wow. That's all I can
He insured his Mountain Dew?
I don't think that's.
Oh, is that what they mean?
say.
Jackie Sproat owns a gaming shop next door to the spa operated by Michelle Peters just outside of Lebanon.
I just recently found out that she was working next door to me, but that doesn't make a difference. I was just really surprised.
Laclede County deputies.
I like the
arrested Peters
Chiron
Monday.
under the woman's
She's
name.
accused of
Let me
spiking
go
her-
back here.
Wait, what's her name? Jackie Sproat?
Jackie Sproat.
Oh, it's the Sproat goat.
It says works nearby. I like that.
I was just really surprised.
Laclede County deputies arrested Peters Monday. She's accused of spiking her husband's Mountain Dew with the popular weed killer Roundup.
It is a different type of domestic assault.
According to court documents, in May, Peters' husband
Close up on the
noticed that
gavel.
his soda had an unusual taste and shortly after became ill. The victim became suspicious, causing him to review the video footage taken inside the garage where he kept his 2 liters.
Oh.
It was then, investigators say, he realized that his wife was adding something to his drink. Sheriff David Millsap says while it's uncommon, domestic violence against men does happen.
In domestic situations, we know that 85% of domestic assault victims are females, not males, but it's underreported usually with males when it comes to domestic assaults.
A situation Jackie says she knows all too well.
I have a lot of friends who are male who have been in domestic abuse situations, and it's really important to let them know that it's okay to
By their
seek help.
pillows? Come on.
It's not the best thing to be the tough guy all the time.
Sheriff Millsap says Peters finally admitted to putting the weed killer in her husband's drink and says she was mad because he didn't appreciate the 50th birthday party she threw for him.
The investigation will reveal more as we go to court as to the totality of all the circumstances. So is there more to the story? Yes, there is, and all that comes out in court.
I just hope things work out the way it's supposed to through the judicial system.
he wasn't sufficiently grateful for the birthday party she threw
Well,
for
you
him.
better be careful, because Gwen took you to Indiana for your birthday, which was when?
Oh, God, I don't remember.
Anyway,
she didn't take me to Indiana for my
birthday.
birthday. We were
Surprise.
there. We were
it's
there.
all my cousins that are getting married.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Just like you wanted, and then you're not appreciative enough.
Yeah.
So I'd keep an eye on the roundup, like mark the level where it's at, and keep an eye on your Mountain Dew.
Well, I don't use...
Good to go by with cans instead of 2 liters, too.
I've never purchased a 2-liter of Mountain Dew, and I don't, although a buddy of mine, for my birthday, got me a 1.5-liter Mountain Dew in the foam discount Drug Mart wine holder thing, you know?
Oh, yeah, okay.
That was a sweet gift.
Nice.
But I also don't use Roundup. So if I saw that, you're right, I would get immediately suspicious. But this story, obviously, the lead is what hooks you. Spiking the Mountain Dew with Roundup.
Mm-hmm.
But it becomes a story about underreported male victims of domestic violence.
Right.
It's like a little lesson buried in there.
Yeah. It happens to men. And this lady in the gaming shop's like, hey, even though I work in a gaming shop and a lot of these guys don't have girlfriends, the ones that do get abused by their girlfriends.
Right. They're so happy to have them.
Their anime pillows are just not...
You know, real dolls are so expensive that a lot of these guys, they don't have any money left over after they buy all their Yu-Gi-Oh cards. But yeah, it's an interesting, and when they talk about underreported from male victims, I assume they mean physical, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna go right to the cops if she's spiking your drink.
But
with
that's physical.
Right, but I think the guys who aren't reporting it are the guys who get beat
hit.
up by their woman.
Yeah.
I mean,
that can be embarrassing to a guy. Yeah.
I guess so. Lebanon, Missouri, by the way, not far from a town in Missouri called Wet Glaze.
Ooh.
So if you're ever in the middle of the Show Me State there, stop off in Wet Glaze, Missouri. Right there on a series of lakes. Not near the Ozarks, but...
used to work a comedy club in Columbia, Missouri, which was called Deja Vu, and then they had a strip club called the Ha Ha Hole. And I was like, you guys should switch names.
Yeah. Well, Deja Vu is like a chain of strip clubs.
Yeah, but that wasn't that was the name of the comedy club.
Right.
Yeah.
The Ha Ha Hole was the... They should have flipped.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they all went out of business.
Oh. Well, no, because I was reading about the guy in, way northern Michigan, way northern, like Mackinac County. This guy who's a representative up there, some Republican dude who was like chasing a stripper out of a Deja Vu down the street with a handgun.
Ooh. Does he not know the point of having a gun? Is that you don't have to chase people?
I don't know what he knows, but they're trying to figure out what this guy was trying to do. I had some information on it. Now I can't find it, but this guy is... they're investigating what's going on with him. That he's like, oh, it was, God, what is that? A guy named Neil Frisky. Frisk or Frisky? Neil Frisk is the guy that was out there in the middle of the night, allegedly, chasing a woman with a handgun. And what I love is the way his office spun it. I think this is a guy who is currently running for office. His office spun it as Representative Frisk is always exercising his Second Amendment rights. He says he was set up. He says it was completely politically motivated. You know how bloodthirsty it can get up there in the UP. Mm.
I hope that everybody involved is safe because, again, it's, what's going on is absolutely a tragedy.
Mm-hmm. That's assistant manager of the Deja Vu. See, when I was living in Kalamazoo, Michigan earlier in my career, Deja Vu or the Vu is where everybody wanted to go after work. And I'm not a big strip club guy, but I'd go. It was fun. It was there. It was fine. But I didn't even know that was a thing anymore. Deja Vu. Unless it's just a local place called that, but it was a chain of clubs called Deja Vu back in the day. And so they arrested this guy for chasing this stripper. And so 62-year-old Michigan State Representative Neil Frisky, he got scooped up about 3 a.m. by Lansing police. But saying they had gotten reports of a male with a gun.
Yeah, because she gave him a lap dance, and she was like, "Oh, he ain't packing." He's like, "The hell, I'm not."
How do you like them apples? Yeah, so he said he's always exercising his Second Amendment rights, and it's all a setup. It's all whoever he's running against for that state rep spot is trying to besmirch his good name. But you still have to account for why you were there in the first place. So, I don't know. I don't know anything about Frisky. But he's like a real right-wing guy, and,
Of course.
Yeah. He co-sponsored a bill that would require state schools to provide instruction on the Christian foundations of U.S. history. Which is ironic. Of course, this country was founded specifically not tethered to any religion. But, boy, try telling that to a guy chasing a stripper down a street at 3 a.m. with a gun.
For those political motivations.
They
set him up.
There was a guy sitting there, I guarantee, outside the Deja Vu waiting for me to come out so he could entrap me. The Deja Vu Gentlemen's Club chain was founded by a Michigander who began his business career by inventing the porno drive-in theater. Think about that.
Oh, what?
Yeah. I mean,
that's a new...
You are probably too young to remember. I know you're early 40s.
No, I know about carjacking.
Bill Squire is going to be live where?
Imposter Theater, July 6th.
There you go. I remember as a young kid, you could still drive past a drive-in movie theater. Usually the fences were pretty high, so maybe you were on an overpass or something. But I specifically remember seeing boobs on a drive-in movie theater screen as we were driving by.
I've seen it, too. It was a good day. It was the one out in Lorraine.
Yeah.
We were coming down the turnpike.
The guy who founded the Deja Vu strip clubs and also founded the Erotic Heritage Museum in Las Vegas. He's referred to as the Howard Hughes of porn. A guy named, what? Harry Money. Money. I don't know if that's Money or Money. Either way, Money or Money. He launched a lone drive-in movie screen in a cornfield in Durand, Michigan. That was the beginning of his career. And Durand is in the middle of nowhere. Shiawassee County, for people who are familiar with, it's between Lansing and Grand Blanc. And he had a porno drive-in. That's how he made his money.
That's a weird thing. I don't think a porno drive-in would be a moneymaker these days.
You could never do that now. Never. I can't believe you could do it then.
Yeah.
Wild. And it was, he's the guy, one of the first guys to do it, but it wasn't
I'll
unheard of back then.
Personally, if it's a choice between porno drive-in and porno theater, I'm going porno drive-in because at least you're in your car.
Yes.
You're not elbows to elbows with some other
you don't
possible
have to,
celebrity.
You don't have to Pee Wee Herman it right there in the...
Oh, he's dead. That sucks.
I know. It does suck. Yep. For the Transit Drive-In Theater in Lockport, New York in the 70s, Deep Throat was huge for them.
I bet.
They were north of Buffalo, and that was a godsend to the movie business. Showing dirty movies.